Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the 20 Minutes reviewing yesterday's action at the US Open. And there's only one place to start. Serena Williams has probably played her last ever tennis match as a professional. And it occurred last night in an absolutely barnstorming match, a bonkers, crazy match that the score really doesn't do it justice in so many respects. I mean, it was, what was the score, by the way? A 7-5 for Tomljanovic, by the way. 7-5, 6-7, 6-2. But in so many ways, what a way to go out. I speculated a few weeks ago as to how it might end for Serena. I was a bit concerned. I think she was bageled by Raducanu in a warm-up tournament. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, what are your thoughts on Serena and what will probably be her last match, although we don't know for sure. She joked in a press conference that, well, she likes Australia, but I do get the impression that is the last one. And that was kind of what the whole week has been building about. But in a way, it's kind of, it's okay. Winning the tournament aside, it couldn't have ended in much better way. And I know that might sound hyperbole. I know that might sound romantic, but it really couldn't because, it really couldn't because if she'd have gone through to the next round, say, and gone out in a flat manner, or she'd got to the final and been beaten easily, or even just beaten in a narrow biting final. I mean, listen, she went out pretty much on her terms, hitting that racket in that third set, in that final game, on those final points, on all 6 of those match points. She gave it her all, saving 5 of them against Anya Tomljanovic, who, by the way, we mustn't forget because she was amazing and certainly played her part in yesterday's momentous occasion, let's say. Okay, let's talk about the match. Let's talk about some of these unbelievable messages that we can see here on Twitter. Just remembering what an amazing player. Look at Carlos Alcaraz, who's been really great on social media, by the way, in the last few months, saying thanks to Serena. It's been quite a ride, and yesterday was no different. She said on her on-court interviews, it wouldn't be Serena if it wasn't for Venus. That was a really emotional. Well, I wouldn't be Serena if it wasn't for Venus, which is a really nice thing. Tennis and Bagels there had to retweet that. Must have been difficult for Tomljanovic not to celebrate this huge win, and she thoroughly deserved it, playing one of the best matches, if not, in my opinion, the best match of her career. And she will be confident in the next round, albeit that Samsonova in the next round lies in wait. Tomljanovic, they're talking about Serena Williams. She's the greatest of all time. I said it in my commentary yesterday over and over and over again. Is this the last point of the greatest tennis player of all time? And so many times we had to go through it again because she saved it. Some amazing returns, by the way, in that final game. Listen, I think you should watch the whole match again if you possibly can, but certainly watch that final game. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. When asked if she's ever coming back, Serena said, I don't think so, but you never know. I don't know. I think her mind is a bit confused right now. And I think there is a tiny, tiny bit of regret about perhaps she didn't play a bit more tennis this year, because I think that may have given her a better chance going into this US Open. Jen Psaki there, former press secretary at the White House, just ugly crying in my pajamas. Pajamas? Is that how you spell pajamas in the US? Huh, you learn something every day. Unless it's a typo. Anyway, press secretaries for the White House, I guess it's not a good idea to be doing typos. So let's go with the idea that it is the US spelling, which I didn't know. There we go. The GOAT there from Ange Birth. Thank you, Serena. Don't do that, Johnny boy. So many things. Let's go back down to some of these messages. There we go. Some of these lovely, lovely messages there. I've just lost the screen on, but it doesn't matter. These are happy tears, I guess. I don't know, says Serena. What's probably her last moments. These were all in from her on-court interview, by the way, afterwards. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, by the way. Andy Roddick there. Love you, Serena. It's been the pleasure of a lifetime to watch you become what you have. Can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you. Elise Cornet. Showing some love. Matt Roberts, I love these words from Matt from the tennis podcast there. Gosh, I can't process this is actually the end when just a few moments ago her tennis was making me feel so alive. Quite a night and one last twirl. Gonna miss her so much. You and me both, Matt. Huge congratulations there from Caroline Garcia. Of course, she won yesterday, and there is the encore interview with Serena saying, I wouldn't be Serena if it wasn't for Venus. Alex Morgan, the soccer player, showing some love. as well. Laura Robson as well, who shared a court with her at least once before, showing some love. And there's some great moments from Serena's career. Ashley, there, lovely little comment as well from you. I have a lot of thoughts about Serena, but I'll save them for now. Some more wonderful images there. Coco Gauff, who also won yesterday. Okay. We've gone through some of the social media posts. Now I want to just sort of give my thoughts, perhaps, sort of on the match and how it panned out. She started well, 5-3 up in the first set. She's serving for it. Again, if there's going to be a tinge of regret from her, it's that she was serving for the match. Serving for that first set at 5-3. Didn't manage to close out that set. Ends up losing the set, unfortunately for her. And it becomes a bit of a slog. And actually, Tomljanovic does great, winning 4 games on the bounce to win that 7-5. And by the way, her backhand yesterday was awesome. She was awesome, and none more so than her backhand. Anyway, 7-5. But then Serena races into a 4-love lead, probably playing her best tournament of the tennis, probably best tournament, best tennis of the tournament, best tennis of the tournament, tournament of the tennis, best tennis of the tournament for those first 4 games. Races into a 4-love lead, sees that slip away, a double break advantage, sees that slip away, sees set point slip away, and now she's into a tie break. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Going into that tie break, I fear the worst. She pulls it out the bag. She wins the tie break. Unbelievable. She breaks to go 1-love up. Serena's on the way to winning this match. We forget about her opponent down the other end of the net, who again pulls out some unbelievable backhands. By the way, the returns in this match from both sides of the net were unbelievable. Unbelievable returns from both sides of the net cannot be highlighted enough from both Serena and her Australian opponent, who was also unbelievable on the return. Anyway, how did this set turn out? Well, Tomljanovic races into a good lead. She leads 5-2, double breakup on Serena, serving for the match. This game and some of these points were unbelievable. 6 match points that Tomljanovic had. Serena is keeping on fighting and fighting and fighting. And you know that she is not going to give up on this, and she's not going to go out softly. And she is crashing that ball when it comes to the return on so many occasions. So many times Tomljanovic saw that ball fly past her. I would say about 5 times in all. By the way, the smashes as well from Serena. Some really difficult smashes in this match. About 10 of them, I think, that were just unbelievable. I know I've said unbelievable about 73 times already. Can't help it. I apologize. Trying to avoid the word awesome, but maybe I should say the word awesome. Anyway, Serena was unbelievable throughout. There we go again. Anyway, Tomljanovic, though, hats off to her. She does great. She's through to the next round, and she will play Samsonova. Let me know your thoughts on Serena and the legacy. I mean, it's been spoken about so much in recent weeks as we have neared the finish line. Any regret regarding yesterday's match? She was serving for that first set. She did race into that second set lead before getting reeled back in. And you wonder if maybe some of the energy that was sapped from her in the second set, there were a couple of points perhaps in the third set that she didn't chase down. And I do wonder if she wasn't drawn into such an incredible slogfest of a battle. Maybe slogfest is the wrong word. Such a battle to win that second set really took it out of her. And before you knew it, she was sort of 4-1, 5-1 down in that third and deciding set. Anyway, some excellent moments. Definitely go to YouTube to check out some of those comments. Check out her press conference as well. She's actually quite funny in the press conference where she just suggests she might play Australia. We'll see. But I think she really wants to go out at the US Open. And of course, she's just a couple of weeks away from her 41st birthday. What an occasion. What a way to almost certainly say goodbye to the greatest tennis player of all time. There were some other tennis matches, though, yesterday. We'll come to those right now. Let's have a quick look at some of those. Andy Murray, of course, losing in 4 sets to Berrettini in that match there. It was 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 7-6. What am I saying? 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 6-3 to the Italian in that match. What did you think? Do you think Murray will have some regrets there? Maybe. He he did quite sort of just couldn't quite get it right in those really important moments at the end of the first and second set. He unbelievably won the third set, pulling it out the bag, saving set points galore, going into the tiebreak and then crushing it, going up an early break in the fourth. But overall, Berrettini was comfortably the better player. And I think I said it on the live podcast to Jack yesterday that, funny enough, Berrettini's best tennis was probably in the third set when he actually lost it. And Murray was pretty much neck and neck with Berrettini in the first two sets. But just like the killer that Berrettini can be, which is a good sign for him, and the draw is certainly opening up for the Italian, that I think now he has a great chance of meeting Medvedev in the semi-final. Medvedev, by the way, I watched a couple of hours of that match. I know it was on super late. That match against the Chinese qualifier, Wu, really both players crushing that ball, and Medvedev winning in straight sets. He is purring, and he will play Nick Kyrgios in the next round because Nick Kyrgios also won in straight sets. But let me tell you now, Medvedev is playing the best tennis he's played since Australia. Hi, Gary there. Nice to have you in on board on the chat. Came in late, so catching up. Great tributes to Treatment, but oh my gosh, it was Aniela's greatest moment, a match I will never forget. Gary, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And thanks for jumping on board. Make sure you hit that like button, by the way, and make sure you subscribe. Guys, we're coming towards the end of this shortened version of the 20 minutes today. I've got a really busy schedule, so I have to get going. But listen, I've got to go, but it's been such an amazing match. Please catch the highlights where you can. Please check out the comments. Please like and subscribe this video. And also make sure you follow Talking Tennis on Twitter at Talking Tennis TT. Sorry that we had to bring this one a bit shorter. My schedule has been pretty crazy today. I was up till the early hours, obviously covering the tennis last night as well. Listen, everyone, thanks for stopping by. You especially, Gary, because I think your comments are great. Let me know in some of your thoughts in the comments below regarding Serena's departure from the sport and also Berrettini's, Medvedev's, and Kyrgios's progress. Garcia as well as another person who won yesterday, and Ons Jabeur. So hats off to them. Everybody, tennis world, thanks for stopping by, and I'll speak to you soon.